welcome back to my channel. So today is a Saturday and I'm not actually sure what is in store for today, but I thought I would take you guys along with me as I putter along around the house and gardens today. It's kind of fun to have a day where you don't have a specific big project to do, but you're just going around and seeing what needs to be done and taking care of little jobs. So I got some new goodies I'll show you. I've been thinking a lot about this garden naturally since we made it the other day. And I actually started making a garden design, just figuring out what bushes and stuff are gonna go in here and exactly where my path is gonna be. So I'm thinking, so this line right here is the end of the driveway. It's kind of covered with chips and stuff. But this garden eventually is actually gonna turn and it's gonna go shoot back like right here. So this area here is gonna be more garden. And for my pathway over here, I'm thinking it's gonna enter like this and then walk around where the old garden was and come out probably over here. So one of the things I might do today is edge this garden a little bit better and maybe give it a bit of a more defined shape. And I figured out where I'm gonna put my bushes. So I actually got a little baby, I don't remember. I think it was a Golden Globe arborvitae. It's like a little 4x4 circular thing. And this is probably the only arborvitae I'm going to have anywhere because I know how much the deer like it. So I wanted to try one and see if I can hopefully not have it being eaten by deer. But we'll see how it goes. It was like 10 bucks. So I figured it would be worth it to try. I do really like them. But I'm definitely not going to do a hedge of them or something like that because I see so many hedges and then all the bottoms are eaten out and it's just sad. So we're definitely going deer resistant for that. But I figured what's the harm to try a $10 little arborvitae circle and see if we can make it survive. So I'm gonna probably put that there. Here I have my pink lilac, bloomerang, reblooming lilac that I'm gonna put, I believe right here, somewhere around here. So the path will go here. That'll be here-ish. I'm gonna have to move that rose bush over there. Then I'm gonna have my line of trees, bop, 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 there. So even though the garden looks really big now, I actually don't think it's that huge when you take into consideration the space for the pathway and then the fact that all of those trees are going to be there. So one other thing, as you can see, that I got are these 4 fire dance dogwoods. So they're really neat because they have this really red stem in the winter, which I think will be so fun for the winter season. They get about 3 to 4 feet by 3 to 4 feet. So I was always planning on having these, although I wasn't planning on getting them this year because they're going to go in this garden here. So there's going to be a garden that's going to go all the way basically back to a little bit before the stones with one opening in the middle. And that's going to go back and forth between a Christmassy tree shape plant and then these firewood dogwoods. So I got them because the store had them, had the right amount, and they were like discounted, they're half off for the season. And the problem is sometimes you might not be able to find the amount of trees that you want. So I figured because they were there and they were all half off, I said I was gonna get them. And I thought of an idea. Apparently it wasn't original because I looked it up and it's a thing. It's called Healing In. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it or dealt with it, but it seems like a great idea. Basically, I will pot them up into a bigger pot and then in the fall, I will plant the whole pot and everything into the ground. I'll probably do it over, I'm thinking in the stone beds over here. Since most of these plants are all annuals, you know, I'll rip them out and then I can use this space, plop the whole pots right in there, bam, bam, bam. And by doing that, it will protect the roots over the winter because you know how you can't, or you have to have like a lot lower of a zone to leave them in pots over the winter. They're not having the insulation from the frozen ground. But by doing that, I think that it will help them to survive fine, hopefully, over the winter. And then in the spring, when I'm ready and the excavation is done for this area over here for my new gardens, I can just take the pots out, plop them in the ground and plant them like regular. So I think that that will work really well. Hopefully, that's the goal. And we can take advantage of these discounts that are happening this time of year, which I love for plants. I did get a few other perennials. I got this tall guy or girl, tall girl, Cobalt Liatris. I thought it was pretty and it would go nicely in the purple garden here. So I'd like to plant that today. I think she's filling out her pot quite a bit. And I also got these pretty cone flowers, which I'm excited about. They're just such spikes of joy in any garden, I think, and they will, you know, get a lot bigger and multiply in the garden, so that's fun. I think my mom has a different color, so I was trying to get that. Hopefully I can get some of that from her, so I would have a nice variety of different colors, but still kind of go together. So that's fun. I think I'll probably plant them just kind of right around here somewhere. Will probably be a good place for them today. So I think that's basically everything new going on here. I might start by trying to edge this garden. I'd also like to edge the front garden. I should really do that. It's that time of year. I haven't edged anything this year. I've really done so little with my established gardens, like so little. Like maybe weeded once or twice. Sure, they have some weeds in them. Really not that bad. I'm just so pleased with the idea of gardens that are really like low maintenance and still just look nice. But as you can see, they could definitely use a nice edging. It just crisps them up so much. So we'll see how much we get accomplished today. Okay, perfect timing because I think it is going to start to rain. Both of the gardens are edged. I'll tell you one thing, it is a lot easier to do the one that is already established. That was like a breeze after the last one, but look how nice it looks. It's such a just easy way to make the garden look so much nicer. And this one over here I'm very happy with. So it's funny, from the front you don't really see that much of a difference, but from the side I think it's a very dramatic difference in a good way. I really like it. So it just kind of swooshes around, swoosh in, then out, then back in again. And I just think it looks really, really nice. Much more, you know, like it was meant to be there kind of thing, in my opinion. So I'm very happy about that. It's crazy to me. It's crazy the difference that makes. Looks so, so nice. So I'm gonna go inside and eat some lunch. Hopefully the rain will pass quickly. It's supposed to. And then I have a few more things that I want to do this afternoon, including but not limited to, if the rain stops. So the weather showed a couple hours of rain, maybe right now, and then it showed nice for the rest of the day and for tomorrow. So I got that spray pumper, and I really want to spray all of these weeds that are growing in like the driveway. So they're kind of tough to pull out because they're really growing in the driveway rocks or whatever it is that is driveway, crush or run or something. But it makes it just hard to pull them out. So I wanted to try that DIY weed killer with the vinegar and salt and I don't know, I'll have to look it up. But I'm hoping that maybe that could kill these weeds. But from what I've read, I should do it, you know, after, make sure they're dry, and also that it's not supposed to rain for like another day. So tomorrow looks nice as of now. If we can get past this little rain shower, I'm hoping that I could spray them and kill them and see how it goes. We've had so much rain this summer, so it's hard to find like a few days in a row that are nice and not rainy. But wow, these look so much nicer, so much nicer. I think I've earned my lunch. Okay, so we're currently between rain showers, although I hear thunder rumbling in the distance, so I don't know for how long. But I thought that we could plant a few of these flowers that I got before the rain comes back. So I think my path is gonna go in here, so I'll probably plant these just kind of like here. And then it's gonna go kind of this way, so I was thinking I could put this kind of here-ish. So my nephews wanted to put this big rock in the middle of the garden so that you can sit at it and look at the garden. So we'll have to leave that, but I might move it just a smidge. I don't think that. I'm not sure if I will. This is heavy. Man, did you see my 10-year-old nephew moving this? Crazy kids. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there. And I'll put this arborvitae. It is, by the way, a little giant, not a golden globe or whatever I said. But it's supposed to get about 4 feet by 4 feet, somewhere in that range. So maybe I'll put it like right here. Move this guy a smidge. I'm kind of leaning towards not doing the stone walkway until spring, just because I'm guessing that when Mark is in the woods working in the spring, he's gonna come up with like so many rocks and we'll have to have places and uses for them. So instead of me trying to go back in the woods and searching for enough rocks to do this, he'll probably end up having piles, you know, by the end of the excavation, and I can use them for whatever I need to use them for. I find that this little shovel with the serrated edges does a really good job for this situation because it can cut through the cardboard. Okay, I've got a good, oh dearie, I'm spilling. I've got a good mixture of poop, dirt, and regular dirt. So cute. So I want this about here. So cute. So this is going to be a pretty pink reblooming lilac. Okay, so cute. I do really like these coneflowers. I think they're just precious. Okay, last but not least, we got this guy. And a little big for its britches, I think. And I would like to split it, but I don't know if that's too much stress for, man, it looks like 5 different plants. I just don't know if that's too much stress for it, plus also planting it in August, which is obviously not the ideal time. But there are just so many roots in this thing. Yikes, yikes, yikes. I think I might do it. See what happens. What's the worst thing that could happen? All of them die? The good thing is, like I said, the rain basically never stops here. So that is one good thing about planting when you're not supposed to plant, is that I haven't even had to water anything. Like this whole garden, I've barely watered it at all, other than probably the day that I planted it, because it just has so much rain. So much rain we've had. Well, I was kind of thinking of putting it in kind of like a swoosh. I know they say to do it in 3s, but I'm just going to kind of put it in a swooshy row. Well, I hope these live. Oh, I could maybe do 5, which is insane. I hope these live. I don't know. This one is a smaller root. I didn't mean for that to happen, but it just did. So we'll see. We're going to see how it goes. 1, 2, 3. I feel like I'd kind of rather have it be in a row than in a clump of 5. So kind of, we could go swoosh, see what happens. And hope for the best. looking good. Sweat is literally pouring down my face. It is so muggy. This makes a big difference in the way that the purple garden looks, huh? Well, it might look a little funky now, but if they survive, which we shall see, I think that it will be really nice when it is more filled in and everything, and obviously. Even now, I like that it kind of gives something to this area here, so there's less walking through. I know even myself that I do that. But now, hopefully, it's going to direct everybody to the actual walkway. And like I said, I'll keep an eye out on how they are. And I might stake them just to keep them upright because they are a little bit unsupported underneath. But I think they'll be nice. And I really like the idea of having like swooshes of the same plant, you know, throughout the garden. I think it just gives kind of like a continuity of plantness. And we'll see. I might wish that I had put some of them on each side of the garden. So I could either split those once they grow more, or I could take a few of them and bring them over here if I wanted to do that. Not that I need or want everything to be kind of symmetrical, but just like I said, that continuity of sameness and similarness throughout the garden I think is really nice. Okay, well, it's starting to rain again, so I'm going to head inside and we'll see where the day takes us from here. Well, friends, the weather is not looking conducive to doing that weed sprayer today. It just keeps getting worse and worse, and now tomorrow is showing rain too, so much for a nice day tomorrow. Wind is picking up and I think we're gonna get some thunderstorms. Yikes. Sheesh, I hope my chair doesn't blow away. So I think I'm gonna head inside for the day. It looks like it's about to get a little crazy out here. I'm very happy for all of the jobs that we were able to complete this lovely Saturday. Things are looking so nice, and I'm especially really like the new curve of the lilac garden. I think that makes a huge difference. While my plants are okay, but I think they're gonna get some water, so that's a win. What a beautiful landscape we are creating together. Everything looks just absolutely stunning, and it's great to make little updates and improvements. You know, like I always say, every little bit counts, and all of the baby steps turn into some beautiful, beautiful improvements. So I'm gonna get inside before I get blown away. Thanks for helping me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time on A Drill and a Dream.